Are you still playing like some 3-4 stuff? But mostly out of a lot of sync, but different guys dropping and...
I'm going back to just all 3-4.
Nick Saban loves talking ball, especially with an old pal, like Bill Belichick.
Get the kickers at the tackle now.
The pair met in Annapolis, where Saban and Belichick's father, Steve, worked on the Navy football staff. By then, Bill was an NFL assistant, already making a name for himself.
We got enough guys out there?
Yeah! Tight!
Bill used to come home in summertime to visit his parents, and same age, same young guys trying to come up in the business. We just sort of naturally became friends. Bill probably got my job for me at the Houston Oilers, which was my first job in the NFL. And then I went to Toledo as the head coach.
I'm proud as hell of them. They should be proud of themselves. They've accomplished.
I was there for 1 year. Bill gets the Cleveland Browns head coaching job, and he started calling me about coming to Cleveland to be the defensive coordinator.
For us, it was a difficult decision. As much as we loved Bill and, you know, the lure of the NFL, the timing of leaving Nick's first head coaching job and really feeling bad about letting people down there in Toledo, it was tough.
And it just happened to be, you know, sometimes the stations of life that you're in, you know, my kids were little. So one of the most challenging times for Miss Terry with the kids.
If anyone else had called, there would not have been a consideration. But because it was Bill, made a lot of difference.
Nick was the first coach I hired and the best coach I hired. Nick was really my number one partner there. And I relied on him so heavily on every level.
I mean, if we don't play our ass off, they'll beat us.
Yeah, I was the head coach at Cleveland, but whatever success we had, we wouldn't have achieved without him.
All right, now, with all the one back we're getting, Pepper,
this is our 47th year, and I still would say that stint with Bill was the toughest on us. But you know, I think that's what makes you a better person. When you push yourself to beyond what you think is your limit, and then from then on, everything is just relative to that. It's a piece of cake.
10 seconds to play in this football game.
In 1994, we had a really, really good team. We had a really good defensive team and had gotten offensively where we were very competitive and just did a really great job of rebuilding a program.
Aikman straight back in the pocket, looks, end zone, to Novacek, but he's not in. He's down at the 1-yard line. The Browns have beaten the Cowboys.
It was one of the best experiences of my coaching career. It was one of the most difficult, but I learned a tremendous amount, and it's really helped me probably more, as much as anything, in my career.
For the Sabans, relationships are the roadmap of life. That's what steered them to Cleveland and then back to Michigan State, where Nick had once been an assistant and where in 1994 he was offered the head coaching job.
It happened in the beginning of December when we had 3 or 4 games left to play in the playoffs. And I told the people at Michigan State I wanted to stay there and finish the year with this team. I wasn't going to walk out. And if they hired me, they were going to have to hire me with that understanding.
David, you got to work through them,
And they did.
You know, in the pros, if players, since you got one foot out the door, they don't perform, but I don't think there was ever any danger of that with Nick. He's got one speed. He's going to demand your best, whether he's there for a day, a season, half season, or a career.
The party has started as the Browns have won it 20-13.
When you went to Michigan State, I wish the transitions could be as smooth as that one was. And I certainly appreciate, you know, the job you did to finish the year in '94.
I really wanted to do it because I felt it was what I owed the players. If it wasn't for the players, I would have never got the opportunity.